Hi, welcome back to our channel, and in this video I'm gonna share with you how we generate leads here in Plain and Simple. So first, let's discuss what are leads, right? So when a person is interested in hiring you, you call that a lead. So there are two ways to generate leads, and the first way is outbound marketing, and the second way is inbound marketing. So first, let's discuss outbound marketing. So what is outbound marketing? So to explain that, let me give you an example. So if you email someone, right, and that person you are emailing to didn't expect your email. He doesn't know you. He wasn't expecting your email, and out from the blue, you just emailed this person selling your service. That is called cold emailing. There is a call version of that, and we call that cold calling. So an example of that is if you're just one day minding your own business and suddenly you receive a phone call from a number you are not familiar with. You take that call and turns out it's from an insurance company telling you if you want insurance. That technique is called cold calling. So if you do that via email, it's called cold emailing. So outbound marketing is usually a numbers game, right? So for example, if you email 1,000 people, you don't expect 1,000 people to email you back. Normally from 1,000 people, the people that would reply would be around 5 to 10. So in order to generate more leads, you email a lot of people. So that's outbound marketing. Personally, I don't like outbound marketing. The kind of marketing that I'm more comfortable with is inbound marketing. So now let's discuss inbound marketing. So inbound marketing is the opposite of outbound marketing. So if in outbound marketing, it is you who approach the potential lead first, in inbound marketing, it's the opposite. It is the lead that would contact you. So how does that work? How do you get someone to contact you and they don't know you, right? The answer to that is you would make something, a marketing campaign that would make them interested enough to contact you. So for our case, in Plain and Simple, what we do is we make lots of spec work. So what are spec works? I don't know if this is the official definition of spec work. This is just my own definition of a spec work. So a spec work for me is more like a fake project. There's no client and it's self-initiated. You're the one who made that project. And the purpose of a spec work is you make that in the hopes that the potential or the lead would be able to see it. And you're hoping that they would be interested enough to contact you. And if they do contact you, that person or company would now be considered a lead. So, for example, in our case, around 2018, I think, we wanted to get clients in the blockchain space. So what we did was we created a spec work about Bitcoin. It was a well-made video, and what we really want to do with that is to show leads or potential clients that we understand blockchain, that we know how to explain it and explain it well. And we really did have lots of leads because of that video, and we really did have clients in the finance sector that was utilizing blockchain. Once you've made the spec work and you've got people interested in working with you, and so now how do they contact you, right? The term here is touch points. So touch points basically means the places where people can get in touch with you. So for us, our main touch point is our website. So in our website, we have a contact page. So leads would click that page. There is a form that they would fill out, and then they would click send. So once they click send, that message in that form would go directly to my email. That is our main touch point. Instagram messaging, Facebook messaging can be a touch point. Behance also have a messaging feature in it. That could be a touch point. Dribble too. And a cell phone can also be a touch point. So if you are handing out calling cards and you have your phone number in them, then that could also be a touch point. So, okay, you have made the spec work and you got people interested and they emailed you. So what's next? So what I do is I categorize these leads because these leads they have different quality, right? Let's say your uncle asks you how much it would cost you to make an animation for his birthday is not the same when it's a marketing lead from Google would inquire about an explainer video. They're both leads, but they're not the same. And we have limited time. And so we need to prioritize these leads differently. That is not to say that we will ignore one lead in favor of the other. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we just need to understand the quality of the lead and that we have to prioritize our time differently. So I categorize leads into 4 categories. The first is an inquiring lead. The second is an interested lead. The third is a ready to buy lead. And the fourth is a waiting for decision lead. So an inquiring lead simply means that this person or company is just looking around. So it's like when you go to a store and you just look around and the sales staff would ask you, what do you need? Can I help you with something? And you just say, nah, I'm good. I'm just looking around. So an inquiring lead is just like that, right? You might buy in the future, but as of the moment, you're just looking around. So that is an inquiring lead. An interested lead is someone who is already likes you, is already interested in your service. So you can spot an interested lead if the email something goes like this. Hi, I love your work. I saw your portfolio and I'm impressed. I follow you on Instagram and you do great work. I think we could work together. I think I may have a project for you. Can we schedule a call? If that is the tone of their email or the tone when they try to call you, then that person or company is an interested lead. So the third category is a ready to buy lead. So this lead has already decided that they will go with you, right? It's just like they just want to hire you, right? This kind of lead is usually in a hurry. For example, this is a marketing lead and they have to like beat a certain deadline. So they are in a hurry. They want to hire you right away. The fourth category is the awaiting for a decision lead. So I will explain later on that in the sales process, we will send out a proposal and a quotation. And in this phase, we will now be waiting for the decision of that lead, whether to hire you or not. So I categorize that point in time in the sales cycle as waiting for a decision lead. So in the sales process, in the sales cycle, there are some that lead would start out as an inquiring lead, and as you respond to this person, you reply to the email, you'd had calls, this lead would turn into an interested lead, and then this lead would turn into a ready to buy lead, and then once you have sent the proposal, this lead would become a waiting for a decision lead, and if this lead decided to hire you, then they would become a client. But there are also cases that some leads would go to you and they are already an interested lead, or some lead would go to you and they are already a ready to buy lead. So I have developed my own sales system, and you can also apply this too. So at the start, what we do is we do spec work, right? And hopefully people get interested enough to contact us via the website, so they become a lead. So what I do is I have an Excel file, and I record all of the leads there with their respective categories. And you don't have to use Excel. You can use Notion or other apps that you're more comfortable with. I just use Excel. So normally, let's just assume that this is an inquiring lead. So that they would normally say, I'm interested in hiring you. I'm interested in having an explainer video done. How much does this cost, and how long would it take? That is the usual email. So what I do is when I respond, I'm gonna respond something like this. Thank you for reaching out. Our minimum level of engagement is blank. You insert there your price. And normally this would take us between blank and blank. You put there the number of weeks that is usually the number of weeks for you to do a certain job, or for example that explainer video, and then I'm gonna follow up in a sentence. But this depends on complexity, and I would really love to know more about your project, and if you are interested, let's schedule a call. And then I'm gonna drop in a link. I use this service Calendly, and I think I'm using the free version. And what this does is when that lead receives the email, there's a link, and they would click on that link, and they would be directed to this page, my appointment schedule page. So what is there is there is some sort of time slot. So if someone has booked my time, that one would be blocked out. So the lead can choose a specific time. And what that email does is that if that lead would reply or would schedule an appointment with me, that would send me a signal, right? That this person is interested. So once that happens, once they scheduled an appointment or replied to my email, I update my record. From inquiring, they become an interested lead. So we have scheduled a call. So during the call, what I do is I try to get to know more about the project. Why do they need the project? What is the purpose of the project? Is it to sell? Is it to get more signups, to get more followers? Or is it to align to a certain positioning? There are different reasons why a client would want an explainer video. And that is what that call is about. Another thing that we will talk about is some parameters like deadlines, the length of the video, and other parameters. What I'm trying to gauge here is the complexity of the project, because I don't have an exact fixed price to send to the client at the first email, and I don't tell the client an exact price during the call, because honestly I don't know, right? I don't know how complex this is. And after the call, you could already now gauge if the call went well. After the call, what I do is I look at my notes, and I now try to assess the complexity of this project. So I will then prepare a proposal. A proposal would include the scheduling. For example, when should they expect the storyboard? When should they expect the script? When should they expect the first draft of animation, and other things? Also part of the proposal is the price, and normally it would take me about 1 to 2 days, I would sit in and look at my notes and look at our schedule and try to assess the fair price that I would give to this client. So once that proposal is done, I'm gonna send that to the client. And once I have sent it to the client, now I am waiting for their decision. It could either go 2 ways, right? Either they hire us or they don't. So once I am in that waiting phase, I change my records. So that lead would change from an interested lead to waiting for approval or waiting for a decision lead. So now you may be asking, wait, did we just skip the ready to buy lead? Yes, we actually did, because the ready to buy lead is not a step. That is in the same level of the interested lead, but I made that category for myself so that I would know, because I've made that category for clients who are repeat clients, right? Normally, these kinds of client, they are ready to hire you again because maybe they're satisfied with your previous engagement and they're ready to hire you again if they have a need for it. And so that is why I have made that category, so that when I look at my Excel file, I would have a good overview of the leads, right? Who of these are inquiring leads? Who of these are interested leads? Who of these are ready to buy leads? And who of these are leads that I'm just waiting for a decision? So if they don't decide, or if they decided to go with a different provider, I remove them from the list. And if they do hire us, I would also remove them from the list, because they would not be a lead anymore. They would now be called a client. So what is in that list are leads. And that, my friends, is how we generate leads here at Plain and Simple. So I hope you learned something today. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you like to watch more videos like this, then please don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you want to level up your skills, we teach at Skillshare and Udemy. We have drawing classes and animation classes in there. And I will leave all of the links in the description below. And lastly, we have a Patreon page, and for $5 a month, you get access to all of the project files that we post there monthly. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.